What's up? What's up, everyone? Back. Sports Source, you know what it is. We're back. I don't really think I need to do too much of an introduction for me at this point. You know what it is. We're continuing every Tuesday and Saturday. Once free agency starts up, we might push to 3 days a week. Just depends on how we want to roll this. Yeah. Also, next week's show won't be a Tuesday and Saturday. It'll be a Wednesday and Saturday because Wednesday is technically free agency opening. So we will discuss that day. But Punk and Gridiron Takes, if you guys want to shout out anything, just give yourself an introduction. We can hop right in after.
Yeah, go for it.
But just check out the Instagram Gridiron Takes. It's the same as my name, and we post some pretty dope content. So feel free to click it and check it out.
And then, of course, I'm Commander Punk. You know me, Resident Misfit Punk. You know all the jazz and stuff. Let's get straight to the action.
Yeah. One second here. If anyone who comes through wants to join us in our talk today, there you go. There is the link to join. I give that out every show. If you want to push my link out for my YouTube out to other people while we're live, that'd be great. But yeah, let's hop right into this. So I'm going to talk about the first breaking news of today. It wasn't the Rush trade, but we'll discuss that in a few, actually. The Rodgers. I told it from the start. I said it from the start. He was going to stick around in Green Bay. He's got a shit ton of deals there with, I guess, Milwaukee and stuff. He made his $200 million, and it is a back-ended deal. So he was able to give his team cap space to franchise tag Devontae Adams, where I don't think they're actually going to be able to keep Zadarius Smith. I think he's gone. This team is kind of, I don't know. They're not bringing back Raziel Douglas. It looks like Devondre Campbell's gone, so they're losing their defense while bringing back their offense.
Yeah, I don't think it's one of those moves that kind of Rodgers forced their hand. You can't really let Rodgers go, and unless if he's the guy that won you 3 MVPs. But I think long term, it's a move that might affect you. You wasted a first round pick on Jordan Love. You're not gonna get that back ever. So I think that it's gonna be tough for the Packers to improve uh, with this new contract and the departures.
I don't get it. I really don't. This team is just. I mean, they wasted a first round pick 3 years ago at this point. Their organization apparently never believed in Jordan Love, but they still drafted him, I guess. It's one of those picks you wasted. You pissed off Rodgers, and then Russell Wilson went to the. Let's not jump ahead of ourselves. We're talking about Rodgers, please. Rodgers again made his money, but again, I think this is at the end of the day going to cost him. I don't think he's going to win a championship. I think he's kind of done winning championships. Maybe not MVPs. Just depends the offense they put around him. I don't know, man. We will see how they fix up that offense and how they feel with moving forward.
Yeah, but obviously 2 big wins, getting Aaron Rodgers to stay and then franchise tagging Devontae Adams, definitely at least going to help him out in the short term. And actually, Aaron Rodgers' contract, apparently the terms were not exactly, they may not be accurate, but Aaron Rodgers is at least returning, so there may be a future post where there's actually the terms of what he's actually signed for. So
I think the money was relatively right, but what it wasn't really was it didn't really mention how it's a back-ended deal where he's not making all the money right away. It's not like $50 million every year. It's like he's gonna make maybe 40 this year, and then at the end of his deal, he'll be making 60 to 70, which is gonna kill his team. Devontae Adams apparently was pissed off that he received the tag. He wants a deal. He does, and I think he deserves that deal. I don't know why he's yet to ever receive that, but again, he has every right to be pissed off. I don't get it. I really don't.
Yeah, no, And I think you have. I think the Packers are also in a weird spot where you signed Aaron Jones to a 4-year, 45 or plus $1 million contract. So you're paying a lot of offensive weapons, and you're stuck with them for a long time. You're stuck with Rodgers for 4 years now. I don't think it's feasible for them to sign Devontae Adams to a long deal and not be in the situation that the Saints are right now, that they're constantly 150 to 200 million over the cap. I think it's
This
more.
team is.
Yeah.
This team has. And when I talk about a team that has no future, I mentioned the Packers, dude. Holy shit!
Yeah.
And you look at, other teams have made moves, which we'll discuss it in a few on really how this works out. But I don't know, man. Devontae Adams, I think he's gone soon. There's going to be a point where they can't really franchise tag him because of money issues. And again, he wants a long-term deal that they're just not willing to pay him. I don't get it. He's worth it. I don't think he's not worth it. It just comes down to everything that happens, and I just
I mean, they can still technically sign him to that long-term deal. Just now they have more time to get it done. So
yeah,
keep that.
Now I think it comes down to again, at the end of the day, are the Packers going to have that money going forward? Really, I think they kind of opened a little money, but again, the fact that they don't want to bring back their defensive key pieces and they're letting go their best edge rushers, kind of like, okay, so I guess they're going full on offense, but what happens if the offense doesn't show up? You're kind of screwed,
Mm-hmm.
They still have Jair Alexander, but that's another contract that, hey, I don't think they're going to be able to keep Jair around. Like, Jair's that guy that's, like, been elite, and now they're going to really be.
It's crazy because you're giving Rodgers 200 million, and Jair's contract is finishing this year, his rookie deal, in which he's not gonna get paid less than his last year's payment, which is like 13 million this year. So you have to like pay these guys guarantee, and then because that's how the NFL works nowadays. So you're gonna have to be paying. I don't know,
man.
It's
I really
crazy.
don't,
I don't
because
know how they're gonna do it.
We've heard about quarterbacks taking pay cuts to help the team, and Rodgers has really never done that. And I mean, it's not like his deal saved them long term. It's just kind of like a 1-year thing where, hey, you kind of got that flexibility, but we'll see how they do. I think that they're going to kind of lose that defense, and they're going to have to rebuild that defense up. But you've seen teams that are successful. They don't pay their players. They just replace them with depth that can work. And I mentioned the Patriots, and that's a team that never really they would never pay Brady $50 million. Was he worth it? I don't know. But again, Rodgers is getting paid $50 million, and then we see these in his deal is going to break the NFL, where their salary cap is going to have to skyrocket soon because, hey, a quarterback now wants $60 million, which we'll talk about later. But it's going to break the market for quarterbacks single-handedly, where other quarterbacks are going to feel, oh, I deserve this money, and they're not going to get paid that by a certain team. And it's just going to continue to rise and rise, and it's not really going to get better to the extent where, money is kind of going to come short for people, and there's teams that are going to really be underpaying some other positions that, yes, they're kind of important.
Yeah.
So is Rodgers' deal, was it a great deal? I mean, yeah, for him, but the team itself is going to really be in a bad situation.
And even for him, it's a good deal money-wise, but he's married to an actress. He's got probably a net worth and ownership of a lot of things.
I actually don't think he's with her anymore. I've heard people have said that they're not together anymore. Yeah, that's because now the only reason I know this is because there was a day I was off Instagram. I came back on, and there was a lot of like jokes of Aaron Rodgers losing another ring. I'm like, holy shit, this it's becoming a meme. But yeah, apparently I guess they divorced, and then they saw each other at the wedding yesterday. I guess there was a wedding, whatever. I think it was David Bakhtiari. Happy wedding, I guess. But if we want to, we can move on to the big trade news that happened today.
I think we have to at this point.
Yeah. So as everyone knows, okay, let me just pull this up because I don't want to sit here and just give y'all just some numbers that don't make sense. So here, fine. Okay, what's in here? So I'm gonna pull it up right now. The trade that happened today. Let's pull this in. Okay, so the Broncos, as we all know, received Russell Wilson and a 4th-round pick. The Seahawks received Drew Lock, Noah Fant, who they just put on the franchise tag. So I guess they franchise tagged him to include him in this deal, I guess. They traded away Shelby Harris, and then it says a other unknown player. So we don't know who that is yet, but that'll probably be announced. 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and a 5th-round pick. Now, I'm going to start off with Seattle over here, and here's why this was kind of a win, right? So it was reported that Russell Wilson, after hearing of this is kind of why I mentioned Rodgers' money, right? Because we mentioned how it's going to skyrocket, right? And this is going to change the way that the quarterbacks are being paid, right? Well, he went to their front office to say, hey, I want this money. And they weren't willing to give him bigger money than he was already making, which I think it was like $36 million. I don't remember exactly what his number is, right? Well, he wanted more money, and so they traded him. And I think it kind of helps the Seahawks in the long run because now they got a future. They got the number 9 pick, and they can take their future, and that would probably be Malik Willis. If they're high on him, they're going to take him. And so the Seattle Seahawks now have 2 first-round picks this year, 2 first-round picks next year. They're going to have a bunch of picks over the next 3 years. I guess now we just got to see what they do because now they're willing to trade away Tyler Lockett, Bobby Wagner. There's been DK Metcalf news. They're literally going to blow this thing up, which I don't get why you would trade some of your younger pieces, but sure, whatever, right? If you can get pieces and you can continue building for the future, right? So,
well, with DK Metcalf, it's more I think he wants out, whereas Tyler Lockett and Bobby Wagner, they're veterans who are either leaving their prime or past their prime, whatnot, what have you, and they're going to want to recoup some value from them.
This team is ready for a new start, a fresh start to build for the future because, again, we're going to speak about the AFC West as being tough. Well, the NFC West is another really tough division. It's probably I would say the AFC West division is the strongest with quarterbacks and offense, while the NFC West will be another really division competing for that. It'll be another division really strong with offense. And, I mean, again, looking at the teams in that division, there really is no future in that division. Again, these are teams that are ready to win now, and they're teams that are really good. Now, again, I don't know, man. The NFC West, we will see.
I don't think for the Seahawks it was a good trade at all. Because you're stuck in a division where Kyler Murray is 24. Trey Lance is a third-round pick, third position.
Third overall pick.
You've got
the thing with him though is we don't know what he's going to be. So I think they're kind of we'll see what he is, right? I get.
But what I say, like you're stuck in a division that is bred to win. You have 3 teams that you're facing off again year to year that are bred to win. You're giving away, Russell Wilson and the Seahawks might not be in the strongest position, but his contract isn't that expensive.
They're going for a rebuild. I think they feel at this point that they're not the best team in that division, and they kind of didn't have the brightest future before this, so now they're ready to build on for the future. Again, I think this is a move because they understand that, and I think they're ready for a fresh start to continue to build for that. Yeah. Again, I don't think this is a move because, I want to just continue building. We're going to full-on rebuild this team, and they've shown that because they're willing to trade up all their assets. Jamal Adams is in some of these talks, so I think they're blowing it up to finally just get a younger team
Yeah,
and kind of have a future. And I get what you're saying, but again, let's be honest. They didn't make this move because they want to win. They want to make this move so they can continue building for the future. And I
yeah,
don't think
but
at any point of this did they think, oh, we want to win this division without Russ. There's no way they're going to do that.
I think that if you're going for a rebuild, that might be a controversial take. But I think the first guy that has to get dismissed is Pete Carroll. He hasn't led his team that well. His defense is outdated.
I don't think he was ever that great of a coach. If you think about it, he did. Listen, guys, and this sounds crazy. Yes, maybe. Now there are some Seahawks fans who agreed with me, right? 1 second here.
Okay, well, I guess we can continue speaking while that's getting figured out. But yeah, Seattle, I'm not as high on them, especially since their luck in the first round with their picks. They tend to blow those first round picks. This year is not a very good quarterback class.
Again, sorry about that. Yeah. Again, it is what it is. I think, they're just ready to build for the future. We will see what they do with these picks. I don't know what they're. Does anyone know what Seattle's first round pick was this year, or do they not have it?
No, they didn't have it.
They traded away to the Jets. It was 10, but now they have the 9th overall pick from the
Broncos. That would have been stout.
It's just that's the problem with them. I think that if you're going to rebuild, you need to take out the coaches, the GMs that aren't. That's the problem. I think that
they did make some moves and they did make some changes in the coaching staff. I think that this is, and I'll be honest, I think this is Pete Carroll's last year. I think, to be honest, they've already talked about like the future, and I think with Russ and all these veterans on, I think they're going to get a completely a younger coach, a younger just staff. They got Desai there probably for the future, and there's a possibility maybe of him becoming a head coach after this year if he has a good run as the DC there. It just depends what this team wants to do with the. Okay, wait a minute. Early division champ predictions. What division are you talking about? Can we have or are we talking about every division? Because if so, I'm going to talk about that after free agency again. If you're giving me one division, I can give you like AFC. It's. I don't know. The problem with giving you an early prediction is because we need to see free agency. Yeah, we do. And I'll be honest, there's a
draft
huge, we need to see everything, right? Especially with all the, Tyrann Mathieu, he might be gone from the Chiefs now apparently, but we'll talk about that later. But again, I think this was a move, and I think this is only the start of a overhaul of the roster, but we'll see what they do. Broncos wise, this is only a win if they get a championship out of this. If they don't get a championship out of this, it really made no sense. You kind of just traded they did trade. Now, it also depends on who the other unknown player is and who these picks become. Because if these picks become stars for Seattle, and, Drew Lock somehow becomes a star, which I don't think is going to happen. That's getting far from, there's some Seattle fans who are like, okay, maybe he has a chance. Because you think about it, when he did start, he was under Vic Fangio, so I will give him some leeway with that. I want to see maybe he has a chance here. We'll see what he does without Drew Lock. Noah Fant, I think, is good. So, that's your future at Titan. I think, is he 25, 24?
Yeah, he's young. It's his
he's young. Shelby Harris, I think if I was Seattle, I would have asked for Draymond Jones. Is only 23. Another young piece that would have been better, but again, it is what it is.
I think Denver made that choice to make it Shelby Jones. I think they probably would have thought Draymond Jones was someone to build around, and I figured that's why they probably got rid of Shelby Harris.
I wouldn't be surprised if I wouldn't have been surprised if Bradley Chubb was involved in this, because Bradley Chubb's always injured. That's as far as I've heard. I haven't really gotten to watch him too much, but I've heard he's been injured consistently.
Yeah, but also, also you have to think these trades. Also, you need to avoid that initial reaction from fans. If you're giving like Bradley Chubb hasn't been efficient these last years,
No, I
but
know.
he's still like
I've watched him
main
sometime, and
favorite,
I've realized like when he's on the field, he can be good, but
and he's
it's
exciting.
injuries,
And
right? It is injuries
yeah,
at the end of the day. But
but the fans
anyways,
still back
moving
him.
past everything, I guess like the one question is, what is this other unknown? Like we haven't even heard anything on this outside of this. Like there's been three reports, like 3 or 4 reports I've seen, and it states other unknown players. So like we don't know. Maybe they're still talking behind the doors to say, hey, who's this last player? So we'll see what if that becomes anything serious. And otherwise, that Russell Wilson has one of the better receiving cores he's had in his career. I wouldn't say it's I don't know. I wouldn't say he has a better duo over here in Denver than he had in Seattle, but offensively we'll see. Broncos. Jeez, who do they have at tight end now?
They have
They
Nick
might sign
Bennett.
someone.
I think it's Nick Bennett or something like that.
Oh wait, don't they have Big Al? I've heard Big Al.
Oh yeah, Big Al.
What a God! I can't say his name.
His name is so long. Yeah, I know.
I'm searching it up. It's
a Weebanam.
That's Weebeno Albert.
Yeah, it's a big name. Yeah. Anyways, it just depends, what happens in the long run. So I'm gonna say like in the next 4 to 5 years. I guess we can examine the trade 4 to 5 years later. If Denver gets a championship, sure, that's when you can call it a win. But if Denver doesn't receive a championship out of this, and Seattle's future is super bright, I guess you could say Seattle kind of won the trade if Denver doesn't get a championship out of this. Because the reason they made this trade is because they want to make a splash QB hit. And let's be honest, this might be one of the best quarterback divisions that we've ever seen, like in one division.
Sure. I think I got 2 little things to add quickly.
Okay, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if the unknown players are Kyle Fuller type of, old veteran.
I feel like isn't Bryce Callahan still in contract too?
No, he's a free agent.
Okay. I don't know exactly who they have. But yeah, like it is. I guess just depends. Yeah, I don't know. I keep seeing these like final trade details. It says 2 firsts, 2 seconds, 1 fifth. Shelby Harris, Noah Fant, Drew Lock, unknown player. I don't know what that means, but sure, if that's, I guess, how we want to consider the final trade.
And then what was your second point, Gridiron?
Just adding, I think by far it's one of the best divisions QB talent-wise. Any other one I can think of name-wise, because they weren't in their prime, was Brady, Breeze, Matt Ryan, off the top of my head, which was also a great one. But I think this one with Herbert prime, Mahomes prime, Derek Carr, who I think is a elite QB.
I'll be honest, I think this division has 4 top 10 quarterbacks.
Ooh, that's an interesting take.
I mean, I guess, like I said, I still think Russ is a top 5 to 6 quarterback when healthy. We know that. Now it depends, how do you rank the tops between Herbert, Mahomes, and Russell? How do you rank them? I personally still would take Russell over Herbert, but Mahomes is still over Russell. But I think Derek Carr is number 10. I'm not saying he's a top 5 quarterback. Again, he's top 10. I would put him at 10 or 11. You can say 10 or 11. I mean, that's kind of debatable, I think, to me. But that was just from this past season. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I guess some of the bigger questions is what over there?
Yeah, I'm good. Hold on.
Oh, you're
give a sec. Yeah.
You're good. I was gonna say it just depends. Does Kansas City retain all their pieces, and are they a championship contender again? Right. We saw that defense struggle at the start of the year. So say they did lose Tyrann Mathieu, how would they fare in this division? I really think that's a big question. Right.
Yeah.
And then my number 2 question, right, for Denver, really. How is their defensive line going to perform at this point? Because I mean, outside of Shelby Harris, they really didn't have consistent production. So now, I'm not saying the Raiders are going to, but I really think they could run through Denver, like from offensively. And we know McDaniels loves the run game, right? And I think the Raiders' run game becomes a thing where it's like, hey, and if these Raiders get their O-line fixed, I think Denver's defense is a lookout for, and they're going to have to fix that up to compete heavily in this division to say, hey, we are that top dog. Because they're in a tough division, and you're in a division where you have to have a defense. And I don't think that can be understated. Like, whoever really has the best defense will probably win this division. I don't think that's like crazy to say. Just you really need a defense in this division. This is what I think the toughest division entering next year before free agency even hit. And we don't even know what the Raiders are going to do. And you know what? If I'm being honest, I've already said this. I want J.C. Jackson at corner. I really do. I think he would help us immensely. And then just depends how we cover up the linebacker spot. Again, Kyle Van Noy was just released. That's a name I've been looking at because he can cover and he can run defend. But, it is what it is. We just need to – I'm not really just speaking for the Raiders. I'm speaking for the division in a sense of what defense will take over and what defense will be built up this free agency.
Yeah, I think for me, the only team that I still have a serious lock on, and I know that they'll be a playoff contender, and I put before free agency all my eggs into that basket is the Chiefs. I think that they've proven that they can do it with a good defense, without a good defense. They hit with Nick Bolton. They have a good run stopping.
I think this is the 1 year. Like I'm just saying, this is if they like they're gonna like last year. This division offensively was all right. This division just took a leap to good or like even great, right? It just depends on who comes into this division from every other team. Because if they do lose Tyrann Mathieu, I think that's a huge part. And let's be honest, this past year, if they didn't have Tyrann Mathieu, they wouldn't have made it to the AFC second round. They would have, and I just think it just comes down to how do they control, because they're not going to beat Buffalo. That's another team to look out for next year if they don't have a Tyrann Mathieu. They need Tyrann Mathieu to me. I think they do. And if they don't, because I know there's been contract talks between them and hasn't been going great. So we'll see. I think we all know by now, to me, this was an overpay. Mike Williams just got a 3-year, $60 million deal, and I think that's an overpay because I don't think he's let's be honest, he's not a wide receiver one. He's never flashed that to me. He's never flashed, I'm a wide receiver one. So he's getting wide receiver one money. I mean,
yeah, not a fan. But I think to your wide receiver one discussion, I think Keenan is on his way out. He's still great, but he's getting there. And I think for somebody like Herbert in one of these divisions, you have to have that playmaker. And Mike Williams might not be consistently great, but he's great when it matters. And he proved that the whole last season. So he made those catches. And I think you can't put a price on that. Obviously, it's a bit high.
I mean,
I could see
when you think about it, I mean, you want to talk about how Keenan's on the way out. He's only like 32, right? Or whatever, 33?
Yeah, but look at like D-Hop's slowing production, Julio's slowing production. It's all been around the age of 31, 32.
I mean, but my point is, Mike Williams is going to be 28 by the next year. I'm just saying. DeAndre Hopkins, I don't even think DeAndre Hopkins is 32. He's 29. He just was injured this year. I don't really want to say too much yet. That just depends on, how that, comes out, right? DeAndre Hopkins is only 29. Mike Williams is 28 by next year, just saying. So we'll see how this division, shapes up. Like, I don't know what the Chargers got at wide receiver for the future. I really don't. Hey, you can join. Is this one of your buddies, Eric? Legendary Gaming YouTube?
Legendary Gaming. I think so.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think
I don't
so.
know. Whatever. Yeah. Yeah. we'll see. I mean, to me, I'm not the biggest fan of that contract, so we'll see. Is he earn it?
I'm not mad at it.
No, I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying I'm not the biggest fan of it. I think $20 million was kind of a stretch, but
It's
we'll
a
see.
stretch.
Yeah.
It depends how they
Well,
handle it all.
Most right now, I think he's at least a high-end wide receiver 2. That's how I see him.
he's a 15 million per year player, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Comparing, you see Corey Davis get, I don't know what he got last season, 13, 14 after having his first 1,000 receiving yards. Like the
Yep.
wide receiver market is a bit inflated because it also, locking up a wide receiver gets you jersey sales, gets you attention, gets you. So I think that like behind this decision, you just saw Russell Wilson go to the Broncos. Charger fans are probably shaking. You sprinkle some good news about fucking Mike Williams getting into
They're shaking. I've never seen a Charger fan.
One of our co-creators and Gridiron is a Chargers fan, and he told me like, dude, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
What's up, Legendary Gaming?
Sprinkle some good news about Mike Williams, $20 million. But yeah, Russ, it just depends how this is carried out, and I really don't think that they Sorry, there we go. They didn't have the best O-line, so that's another thing to look out at.
But it improved. They've got the pieces at O-line. Like last year, they were personnel-wise good. I think they lost Bulaga for a while. So you have Corey Lindsey there. You've got picks. I think that the only problem with the Chargers is that you had Herbert throwing for 5,500 yards, and you still found a way to not make the playoffs. So that's why I'm not that high on the Chargers, and I won't be coming into the season because I think they're a team that looks good, plays good, but doesn't have that Mahomes.
They had $56 million entering free. They're going to have around like $40 million at this point. They've said that they're going to stick with the same roster. They're really not making too many changes, which I'm not a fan of. If it didn't work last year, what makes you think it's going to work the next year, even in a tougher division?
Yeah, I don't know. If they have 48, if I were them, I'd splash it on an O-lineman and another wide receiver. Because defensively, you've got Derwin James, you've got and I wouldn't be mad at them getting a linebacker to help fill the gaps because they were getting run through the whole entire season. It was quite impressive to see how bad their D line was against the run game. So I think they'll make some tweaks, but I don't think it's a squad that needs much more. And they're not gonna be stupid. They have to pay Herbert soon. They'll have to like they're like, okay, let's just write it out. Let's see if we can maybe improve from last season, sneak into the playoffs, and yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if next year Herbert's getting $55 million a year for the next 5 years.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Chargers finished last in this division this year. I wouldn't be. I mean, you gotta think about this, right? You're in the toughest division, and you're not really saying you're going to make too many changes, right? And say the Raiders make some, I guess, at least changes that are necessary. So they signed that wide receiver 1 that they need, right? Miguel, I'll be honest, right? I actually don't think Malik Willis is going to be there for Washington. I really don't.
I don't think so either, but I'm not really opposed to that actually. But I'll get to that later.
It's not going to be. It's not Sam Pickett. It'll be Matt Corral probably, but
Matt Corral.
I think it'll be him. But I'll be honest. Yeah, what my point was is because let's be honest. The Raiders on the offense to truly go from good from last year to great would be get a wide receiver 1, get 2 line pieces, which is right tackle and left guard. and then fix up depth on defense and get at least one star piece there, and they're good.
Yeah, I don't like the Raiders at all. And like if you look at their last like you think about their record compared to the stress that they went through to win those games. You're talking about a couple overtime, could go either way games. Like
Again,
you have Derek Carr having I think his for me personally, if not his greatest season as a QB, one of his with a really battered morale team, and then you're
this season,
expecting him.
I'll keep it real with you. I'll keep it real. It really wasn't all that. You actually watch some of those games. If you sit down and watch some of that tape, he really wasn't all that. And he still made the playoffs with no O-line, no receiver one, no head coach, and an average defense. And they still made the playoffs. And Derek Carr had stretches of games where he simply looked like ass. And I'm a Derek Carr supporter. And I supported him, right? I've said it. Get him Brandon Cooks, get him DJ Chark, get him some weapons that he can throw the fucking ball to, and you get him an O-line at least that can actually, hey, we're going to show up every week at least, and not show up week one and then be like, hey, we're not here this week. You can kind of get fucked in the ass. Again, give him an O-line where he's not having to run out of the pocket and he's not like getting rushed at because, his right tackle, Brandon Parker, didn't show up every single game. If I'm Jacksonville, I'm concerned. I'm not concerned Willis at one. He's not even in my consideration. He's Willis.
Yeah, no, you can't. It's you can't because of Trevor. It's like you literally grab the best college prospect of all time at QB.
Wait, Miguel, did you forget about Trevor Lawrence? Why would Jacksonville even consider a quarterback?
And Lawrence struggled.
Yeah, Jacksonville is not.
Yeah.
Jacksonville's not getting a quarterback this year. They have Trevor Lawrence, unless they trade him, which I highly doubt they will.
You wouldn't.
No way Malik Willis is going to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
They're probably either getting an edge rusher or a blindside blocker, most likely.
I get a blindside blocker. I saw a lot of Jacksonville games. I think, like I watched the 40 minutes recap on Game Pass, and Lawrence struggled, but he's a great player. He's just in a position.
I also want to mention this, right? So the talent, it's not off the charts. It really isn't. Like, what? Lawrence Lawrence is not in that consideration, bro. Lawrence is better than Malik Willis, bro. Oh no, man. I'm not gonna say too much right now. It's not something honestly, I'm okay, bro. I don't think you need to trade Lawrence. You have your quarterback. Why would you go 2 straight years and draft a quarterback? That doesn't make sense.
And it's Trevor Lawrence. Like, it's not like you drafted a bad.
It's not like they drafted someone like Josh Rosen,
exactly,
and then got Kyler Murray the next year. Yeah. Trevor
No,
Lawrence just dealt a bad hand last year.
Trevor Lawrence
Okay,
lost 4 games in his whole high school, college career, or less.
Lawrence still was a great quarterback in college. Who cares if you think he was overrated? He was still good.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. Okay, wait a minute. Are you a fan of a team that's like a rival of like Clemson? You a South Carolina fan? Just asking. Sorry. Seriously. Because I would never even consider trading this man for Willis, who honestly, let's be honest, he's got the boom or bust potential. He isn't a straight up boom, right?
Yeah. He has to develop for at least 1 or 2 years on the bench and then play.
Wait a minute. I love the explanation. Let's be honest, buddy. And listen, I'm not disrespecting you in any way, but listen, every quarterback misses throws. Let's keep it real. You can look at any quarterback college tape and they will miss at least a throw in there. Right? And I'm a Buckeye fan too, but listen, Lawrence missed throws. So did every other quarterback in college. Let's be honest. There's not a quarterback in this class that you can say didn't miss a throw. Come on, man. I'm just saying. I'm not disrespecting in any way, but I just don't. I can't say because he missed the throw that he was overrated. I don't know how this correlates. Just saying. And Lawrence is always going to improve. He played on a bad team. Honestly, I want to see
a really bad team. I think it was the worst team.
Honestly, yeah.
DJ Chark, your receiver core is terrible except for Marvin Jones because DJ Chark didn't wake up for the season. He was asleep. So I think like you really can't judge that caliber of a prospect, a player, and not only that, his behavior throughout the season. If you mark it against the tendencies of like Jacksonville, you've got bad behavior from the coach. You've got problems with players, and you're still quiet as a mouse, making sure you're just focusing on the game. That's something so invaluable. No, I think it's ridiculous to consider Jacksonville. I don't know why we're even talking about it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just wanted to say, can you guys even name me one quarterback that hasn't missed a throw in college? Because that's all I'm saying, right? Again, you're not going to find it, right? There's no perfect quarterback in the NFL. Even Rodgers, who's been an MVP multiple times, he's missing throws.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. Jacksonville will probably select Evan Neal or I want to say it's going to be either him or Hutchinson. Yep.
Yeah.
If they don't get an old lineman, I'd be surprised.
Now, I want to mention the Texans just for a second because I think they're an interesting team, right? Depending on how this, deal goes down with Deshaun Watson. Say they were to net all three of the Philadelphia Eagle picks. Say he was okay with going to Philadelphia, and they really felt like they had something, and they just took Watson for 3 first-round picks. I think the Texans. I think they'd be the only team in the history to have 4 first-round picks. Is that true?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I think so. Yeah.
Justin Fields will be a better player than Lawrence. I'm saying that Lawrence was consistently inaccurate his last year in college. Again, he still got selected pretty high, so I don't think he cares. He'll improve. He'll be fine, right? And Justin Fields to me hasn't really shown too much, to be honest. I want to see him more. And,
but he made some plays. I did
listen, I don't want to judge Justin Fields yet because let's be honest. Mitchell Trubisky, I'm telling you right now, and I know this isn't
gonna be great. I want him for the same.
Mitchell Trubisky is a better quarterback than when he played when he was in Chicago. And you know what? The reason he didn't play good is because of Matt Nagy. I believe that.
No, and if you think about Mitch Trubisky, he's a Pro Bowler. He might not be the nicest player to look at, but he made the playoffs twice. Obviously his team was good.
Is that true?
And everything.
Damn. The Jets had 4 first-round picks.
They probably drafted 4 tight ends with those.
Nah, they drafted a kicker, a punter, a kick returner, and a punt returner. Anyways, okay, man, that's enough disrespect on the Jets franchise as a whole. No, but there was a point I was trying to make with the Texans. I think they're really dependent on the deal with Watson, right? I think they're a really bright future. They might have one of the brighter futures. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm so excited to watch their free agency. They've got tons of money. I'd love the Panthers to consider trading with them because you could see the Texans getting 2 first-round picks, CMC, and maybe what's the name of it? Dante Jackson. So, and you've got Davis Mills, who's proven he can play at least. You've got a first-round pick. You've got a great running back for your team, and you can stack it with weapons. You can stack it with.
I don't know, man. I don't feel like I don't know. I just feel like Philadelphia would be a better place. Not like I'll be honest. Philadelphia's fan base is a lot more toxic, but Philadelphia has a better team. But I want to go over the post Super Bowl ranking that was put out. We got Darren. We got Darren right in time too. If we can add him to the stream, come on, StreamYard. He's not. Is he on your screens? Is it just my screen that's like not loading?
No, he's not. He's not on my screen.
He's on my screen.
Oh, wait, let's try one more time. One second, Darren, it's
There we
not
go.
you.
He's coming. There we go. He's on.
Darren!
What's up, fellas?
Okay, yo, Darren, you actually came right in time. I was gonna do so. There was this power ranking I forgot to talk about last week's show. It was the post Super Bowl power ranking that was put out like 2 weeks ago. I just completely forgot about it because I wanted to go over this, right?
Oh yeah, I saw it, but I didn't view it.
Okay, so I'm gonna read it off to you guys. I actually found it pretty crazy for some of the things that are from the top 10, but we'll read it off, right? The Rams were 1. The Chiefs were 2, guys.
Why?
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know, but you know,
Shouldn't the 2 Super Bowl teams be 1 and 2?
I mean,
know.
I would only put the Bengals over the Chiefs because they did just come back from 21-3. I just want to state that, guys. I would put them over the Chiefs.
Yeah,
The Chiefs did have a very bad second half, but continuously, get this. The Bengals aren't even 3. The Bengals aren't even 3.
They're 5.
they're
The
4,
Bills are
probably.
3.
The Bills are sick. Well, that's understandable. The Bills
Yeah,
have an
I
excellent
don't have
team.
any
So.
problem with it. So
Yeah, I don't have any problem.
I
don't-
get that the Bengals made the Super Bowl. I do agree that's probably you should rank them out of respect, but you also have to think about the fact that they did have a miraculous
This
comeback.
is
They got sacked. He got sacked 20 times, like 40 times.
I
in the
know, I
playoffs.
get that.
Like
But again, they still had a great run. And you know what's even crazier? They're not even 4. They're not even 4 on this.
Oh, then there's where I disagree. I think they're the 4th.
Hey guys, guess who number 4 is?
Not the Bengals.
The
It's
Packers.
the Packers.
I figured.
Oh,
The Packers. What?
so the Bengals got to be 5 or 6.
The Bengals are 5.
I was right when I said it the first time. They number 5.
Okay. San Francisco 6. Dallas is 7.
Why would San Francisco be 6? I disagree so much with San. They're bringing in a rookie QB. The NFL has shown.
No. This was based off right after the Super Bowl, like after every playoff run. This was based off last season, not coming into the regular season next year, right? What's that? The Bengals was a fluke. I'm gonna tell you right now, the Bengals, if they get an O-line, they're scary. Just saying. And they have a mediocre coach.
Yeah,
No,
that's
not mediocre, but kind of.
I mean, he's
wait,
not
wait,
great.
I want to say something right now. The Bengals, they smacked the shit out of the bro. Or wait, wasn't the Bengals smack the shit out of them? Or was it no? They did smack the shit out of the Ravens. But the Browns, if they stayed healthy, they were not winning. The Bengals were better than the Browns. Come on, man. Okay, wait.
That quarterback.
7, Dallas Cowboys. 8, Tennessee
Disagree.
Titans. Why are the Colts number 9? They weren't even in the playoffs.
I think this is for the next season. I don't think.
I mean, it does say this was.
Yeah, I think
ranked
this is
right
for the
after-
next season, really.
Yeah,
I don't know. I guess we'll continue, right? Oh wow, New England's Browns destroyed the Bengals and beat them twice.
No, you would have wiped your hands with it.
one of the games that the Browns won. Bengals literally tanked because they wanted to.
I can't even consider the Browns like considerably, bro. The Patriots are 10. Okay,
I agree. They're a winning team.
you know I'm really going down this ranking, and it's kind of crazy. I'm okay. Wait, so let's see here. So Chargers are 11. Ravens are 12. Cardinals are 13. Are you fucking kidding me? Jesus Christ.
13. I want to see this list.
The Browns are 14. The Browns are 14. Las Vegas is 15. Yep. Las Vegas is 15, even though they did beat the Browns.
Yeah. Wouldn't you guys consider the Ravens being a top 10 team?
Who?
The Ravens. They were leading the division, the AFC, before Lamar got hurt, playing without two running back. Because
I don't know. Again, oh,
I think
jeez.
they have a great team.
It just
Really
depends. I don't know. We'll see what they do. Philadelphia 16, 17 Minnesota, 18 Saints.
Sir.
I didn't even realize we didn't even talk about this team. The Buccaneers are 19. Holy shit.
Tom Brady retiring, Ollie Marpet retiring, Ryan Jensen probably leaving. A lot of factors to consider here.
20 is Miami. 21
has improved.
Okay, I'll give it credit. Sorry, never mind. 21 is Seattle. This was before the trade today. It literally even mentions Russell Wilson will be their starting quarterback next year. Yeah, that's not happening anymore.
Good take, bro.
Pittsburgh was 22. Yeah, 23 Denver. We don't know their future at quarterback. Love it.
Denver's a top 10 team.
Yeah, this was before. Yeah, this was before the trade then.
24 was Chicago. I'll be honest though, I can't even give Denver a top 10 team. We gotta see how that defense plays. We saw that defense was supposed to be really good this year, and it didn't.
Yeah, but
Hey,
outside of Patrick Surtain, no one showed up at cornerback.
No, they did. They did make They made the addition of Kenny Young was good. He definitely stepped up. You got Drummond Jones, who's young. Justin Simmons, he'll get back. Darby is on a long contract. Bryce Callahan is definitely gonna return. Kyle Fuller was their worst cornerback, and they put him back in the rotation, and they improved. I don't think they have a bad defense. They underperformed, but I think
they don't have a bad defense at all.
They don't have a bad defense, but it's not all that. I really don't think it is.
Yeah,
Chicago's 24. Washington is 25. Yeah, there you go.
I'm not surprised.
Where's Chris at tonight?
What?
Where's Chris at tonight?
I don't know. I couldn't get hold of him. I don't know. He is not responding to messages all day for me. So.
Oh, because 26 is his team, and I would like to hear what he had to say about that.
They don't really have a future. I don't know how else it is to explain that. Outside of Cal Pitts, they don't have a future at that offense.
They don't have a purpose. They're lost. They don't have a direction.
27 is New York Jets. 28 is the Lions. Okay.
The Jets could be higher.
29 Giants. 30 Carolina. 31 Texans. 32 Jacksonville. Yeah, Jacksonville. You get that last place. How you feel, buddy? Yeah, that was.
But they could be number one with Malik Willis. So.
The second half, I don't have a problem with. The second half of the list, I can agree with that. But the first half, there's a couple teams they need to switch around.
I think the Raiders need to be higher than the fucking Browns. I'll be honest.
I don't think the Raiders.
I agree with that one. I agree with that one. They should be higher than the Browns.
The Browns really aren't all that. The Browns really aren't. I don't know.
They tried to seem like Odell and other people was the reason why they was losing. Okay, you trade him and you didn't get no better.
Well, they didn't trade OBJ. They released him, and then the Rams signed him.
Released him.
Well, and guess what? I really think if they release Jarvis Landry, he's going to have that year. That he's going to have a great year away from Baker Mayfield.
I don't know.
I don't think the Browns are. If you take into consideration Baker was injured, a lot of controversy, and
even when he's been healthy, he has been ass. He's not a good quarterback.
I don't think he's been ass. I think that he just plays to the team's strength, and that just doesn't reflect well. I don't think he's.
I mean, to me, I have not seen a strength come out of that man. That man is. Oh yeah, you know what?
You're talking about a franchise that hasn't gone to the playoffs before him. 10 plus years. He comes in, couple seasons.
They won because they got to the playoffs because of the run game. The run game really.
That's the same thing you can say with Jimmy G and.
Well, yeah, Jimmy G's not good either. Trevor Lawrence really elevating that franchise. What a generational quarterback.
He just hates
He had a
Trevor Lawrence.
terrible team around him. What are you talking about? Do you really think like Malik Willis year one is gonna come in and make that team a top 10 team? Really? Come on, man.
Malik Willis isn't that guy. I'm sorry to say it.
I don't know, man. Miguel, you really high on him, and I'm not saying that to be like I'm just thinking like how are you the one guy that I've heard that speaks so highly of him? Like I understand it. I watched his game too. He can be good, but I don't think he should be taken into the consideration of top 5. He's not a top 5 pick, and I think we all know that. The teams drafting in the top 5 are not selecting a quarterback. The Lions,
And
wouldn't
even
take
if
a
they
quarterback.
did, I'd take Kenny Baker.
Baker is solid. He was top 10. He was never top 10. Also, what do you think Malik Willis is? Do you think he's like God or something? I'm just like, geez, you think that they wouldn't be number 32 in the power rankings? They are not winning more than 4 games with Malik Willis. Just putting that out there. I think anyone can agree with that. They're not winning more than 4 games with Malik Willis over Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, Jacksonville?
I can't believe.
Yeah. Darren, you missed this. This guy in the chat said that the Jacksonville Jaguars should trade Trevor Lawrence and select Malik Willis.
They still ain't gonna win.
Thank you.
They still ain't gonna win. It doesn't matter. They're not gonna win. They need more than just that. We had this discussion earlier. We had this discussion earlier about another team. But
wait. Read this. Come on, show it. Nah, bro. What? John Elway? Where did this comparison come from?
What's that? What you looking at?
Darren, he just compared Malik Willis to John Elway.
Oh, come on, man. What you smoking, crack? Come on, man. Don't insult John Elway like that. Please, don't do that. Do not insult John Elway like that. I'm sorry. That's no.
He said
no.
He just said, "Oh, come on, man. What you?" Oh, I'm sorry. Just like that, his face, Darren's face, just said it all. He said, "Oh, come on, man. What you smoking?" Oh man.
I think he had one of my pills.
Hey guys, Gridiron has got to leave in about 2 minutes. So if he's got any final thoughts, let's let him speak up.
All right.
No, I'm just entertained watching this Miguel dude.
It's Miguel, dude.
Dude.
Oh man.
But no, I not to attack Miguel, but to like maybe give him a better understanding. I think Malik Willis is upside. Best case scenario is a better Michael Vick. I don't think he's athletic. He's got strength. He can read the field. He's got an arm. I don't think John Elway is the proper comparison.
Okay.
I wouldn't even understand.
Here we go. Wait, right here. Read this.
Thank you.
This is what he said.
I'd even give him a Steve Nash, a less athletic Steve Nash, as a top ceiling, as a best possible scenario. No.
I got a question about Malik. In the combine this year, right? Everybody got to show off their talent, right? And that's how it goes, right? Do you know he didn't do all the exercises?
No, I don't think I wouldn't grab him in the top 15, to be honest. I think he's kind of in that same scenario where Zach Wilson was last year. He's building up this hype train behind him that's based on
if you want to read the comment he just put down, he said archive this and get back to me in a few years. He's Elway, huge arm and great athlete. So guys, okay, this is the proper comparison, right? Every time we see a guy with a huge arm and great athlete, we'll just compare him to We'll just compare to John Elway. Got it.
But what my problem with him is you're that great and you know you're that great. You go out and you perform and you show your skills, right? He didn't do everything in the combine. He didn't show off. He only thing he participated was the throwing exercise. He didn't do anything else. They didn't get to see anything else. You know how many people can throw the ball 50 yards?
It's not that hard.
Landry
when I was young, I could throw the ball 50 yards. I had a huge
I can throw a ball 50 yards. So, it's not that hard.
For him to do what he did,
I will throw 50 fucking yards.
That's not bad, but
I'm not the biggest guy, but you know what? Fuck that. You don't need to be the biggest guy. You just have to have an arm. You can throw. 50 yards is nothing nowadays, bro.
Guys,
I think
Gridiron's literally got to leave in a little bit. We got to
don't be that person that get ahead of yourself and thinking you are bigger than the game and what you are. Yeah. But then when you get up in the NFL, the one thing that has not changed, and they say this every year, college to the pros, big difference.
Yeah.
Once they step into the pros, I always thought college ballers can hang with the pros because they play harder. The running backs run more than the running backs in the pros. The quarterback does more than he does in the pros. You know, I always thought that, okay, it wouldn't be that hard for them to make that transition. But it's been proven that over time and time that a lot of these kids, when they come into the pros, can't make that transition. It's that difficult that he's that good. But how many of them, you have to be a very special, talented person to come into the pros and grasp that good and that fast and read these defenses like that and be that all-star quarterback.
Yeah, and even
I'm doing it.
But
and even with if you think about QBs that have come into the league, hit the ground running, started playing well, they still don't win games. They still struggle. They still have turnovers. It's not an easy transition. You're playing against, maybe in college you're playing against two NFL athletes on the defensive side. Right, the caliber of players is a much more elevated league. So you got to understand that, you know, you can look good in college, and so many people have looked good in college. So many, and then they come to the pros, and it's definitely harder. It's faster reads, it's more intense, it's more physical. The play calling doesn't suit that RPO or that play action pass or rolling out of the pocket, because instead of facing a defensive edge that runs a 4.8, you're facing a Jadeveon Clowney when he was younger, or a Trey Hendrickson that can run a 4.5. So it's different. And if you see Zach Wilson, who was a prime example of what Malik is happening right now, which is a guy that's very talented and everybody's building hype around him. Look at what he did last season. Yeah, he played well at the end, but he entered the league, leading the league in interceptions, got benched by Mike White, who's a fourth-year QB that came from that. No, I don't think it's you can't really make those takes of John Elway takes.
I want to wait. I want to make one comment. Right, I never said he couldn't be elite. I never said that, but I don't think the fair comparison was John Elway. I really don't.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I agree with you. Listen, Miguel, I never disagreed to say he doesn't have a good arm and he's not athletic. I 100% agree with that. But when we see this guy being athletic, right, why don't we compare him to a more athletic quarterback? Because as far as, I don't know, I just feel like John Elway wasn't the best comparison. Again, I never said he couldn't be elite. He can be elite. I get it, okay?
But Cunningham.
But you know what? I really think it just depends on the situation he gets put in, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me, but Trubisky was better than what he performed in college. Or sorry, not in college, in Chicago. And it just depends on the situation. But again, if you have any final thoughts, Gridiron, before you have to head out, you can give them.
No, I just wanted to thank you guys for having me on.
Yeah, if you want to ever come in another show, you can. If you want to come on this Saturday, it's at 9:30, so it's another hour from now.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll definitely consider it. And
just let me know. I will talk to you another time, man.
Yeah. Have fun, guys. Good luck on the rest of the show. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Night. I you know what? Let's see. But okay, Miguel. Answer this then. We're not saying he ain't a good quarterback. We ain't saying he can't be elite. We just, like he said, the comparison, no, that's the wrong guy to compare him to. But I want you to answer this. Why didn't he do the rest of the exercises in the combine?
I think that's a fair question, right?
Why didn't he do the rest of the X? All he did was, you talk about his throwing. We seen this year after year after year after. How many quarterbacks threw the ball well? But you throwing the ball in a combine. What they saying is the strength of your arm, and you showed the strength of your arm. But it's a different scenario when you got a full defense on that field, and you reading the field, and you sit there and you say, "Let me soak all this information in like that." You got a split second to make that decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
how
fast? I have watched Malik a little, but how fast do you guys think he would have ran the 40 if he ran it? Like, how fast do you think he is?
Right. He didn't do it.
My question is, like, how will he perform? And I think the Sky combine, sorry, it does matter to an extent. But, again, when you're running those exercises, you're not running. He didn't run the combine because he has nothing to gain from it. He'll run a 4.45.
How do you know he'll run a 4.45? If he didn't run, how do you know that?
I don't know. I can't really agree or disagree with you, Miguel. I can't really say he's gonna run that. Like, we don't know what he's gonna run.
Right.
I don't know. I mean,
unless you watch the college films or the college games when he played, you really see and you follow him, like you see his athletic. You see how athletic he is, right? But still, you didn't show that. All you showed was the strength of your arm. Easy left. No, Eric left. He didn't run the combine because he has nothing to gain from it. He'll run a 4.45 at his pro day. Everybody left me by myself. Hey. Easy bounce. When you look. Oh. We had to do a commercial break.
Oh, okay. So he's heading out for the night, or will he be back?
I don't know where Easy went at. I had turned around when I came back. He was gone.
Oh, he said got to go in the private chat. Oh. Yo, Darian.
Yes, sir.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. With the division getting tougher, I would honestly think at this point, what's that? So he did you ask? Okay, so Miguel said, I just like him. I was a big Herbert guy when he came out too, and everyone dogged him. I would have taken Herbert over Burrow that year. I can't really disrespect one. They're both great. They're both great quarterbacks.
Yeah. Titans signed an outside linebacker, Harold Landry, to a 5-year, $87.5 million extension.
But yeah, hey, I was gonna say, honestly, for the Raiders defense, I kind of really want Kyle Van Noy and J.C. Jackson at this point. Those are two guys I want.
Yep, they did it. They placed the franchise tag on Devontae Adams. Now I want to hear what Devontae got to say about that.
Oh, he's pissed.
And Tampa Bay put the franchise tag on Chris Godwin for the second season in a row.
Did you see the recent report from the Raiders?
No, hold on. I got more to do. I ain't look at all of them.
No, so there was a report put out that Colts have been trying to contact the Raiders to trade for Derek Carr.
Yeah, I didn't see that today, but I read that yesterday. But then I read what the coach said. The coach of the Raiders said he's not going nowhere, and he is our starting quarterback for next season.
I don't know why that's so hard to understand. I don't know. There was a one guy. Get this. Someone really in one of my group chats he said the Raiders suck so badly that Derek Carr would be better on the fucking Commanders. I was like, bro, stop it. That's disrespect.
Like that.
What?
Another Raiders fan said that?
No, it was a fan of I think it was just he's a Rams fan. He just hates the Raiders. He was like, he said that we were guaranteed to go fourth in our division now.
No,
I don't think it's guaranteed. I'll be honest. I don't think we're going forward.
I really like and I think he did a good turnaround for his career. The only thing that pissed me off was like sometimes I think like in the middle of a game, he'd be like in la la land. Like when you look at him, you be like, man, what the fuck are you doing? Like he's hot 1 minute and then he started doing stupid stuff, and then he got to get back on track and play that dominant game that he was playing. Because I mean, he's not like let's say which car going to show up to play. He doesn't play like that, but sometimes he get off track in the middle of the game. But no, I think he's a hell of a quarterback.
I'll be honest. I think our division is like the strongest. So the reason Russell Wilson was traded, this was put out that he had asked for more money. So I think that's why he was traded, but you never know. But I know Derek Carr isn't going anywhere. It's literally, it's not going to happen, man. If it happens, let's be honest, I might hop on live immediately and fucking cuss out a storm. Because unless we're getting an upgrade, now I did say, the problem with the Colts, right?
Yeah.
Is they don't even have a first round pick to offer us, right? And I kind of want an early pick. I'll be honest, I don't really think we need Jameson Williams. I don't. We can go get Tyquan Thornton, bro, from fucking Baylor. Have you seen him? He's fast as fuck, dude.
Yeah, I was looking at the thing when they was talking about him.
Did I tell you who I wanted at linebacker for the Raiders? I want Asamoah. He fits our scheme so well from Oklahoma.
Did you see this? The Cowboys restructured Dak Prescott's contract.
Yeah, but they're also going to release Amari Cooper. And they're okay. Derek, rate this wide receiver core or this trio from 1 to 10. Imagine Brandon Cooks, DJ Chark, Christian Watson. Yeah, he's another guy I like. But listen, so Jesus Christ, you just said his name and I fucking said his name. Okay. The receiving trio I kind of want, I'm not going to lie, would be Brandon Cooks, DJ Chark, and Hunter Renfrow with Darren Waller. I'll be honest, someone told me that wasn't deadly. I was like, bro, stop it. He said Brandon Cooks sucked. I was like, stop.
No, Brandon Cooks don't suck. Javonte Williams, that's the running back we was trying to remember earlier, and we couldn't think of his name for Denver.
Oh, you mentioned Denver? Oh, yeah.
Javonte Williams. Remember we was talking about that earlier, and I couldn't remember his name.
Here's my point with Denver, right? Because you think about it, right? What does Josh McDaniels like to do a lot? Run the ball. Mm-hmm. And let's be honest, Denver's defense is not set up to defend the run well, and we've seen the Chargers suck at run stopping. So I really think the Raiders are going to be I think the AFC West entering free agency is the toughest division in football.
Which division you said it was?
The AFC West. I think it might be. It depends what happens. Michi is going to be a solid second rounder. This wide receiver class is loaded. Yeah, honestly, I don't know. It just depends who goes where. We'll see what happens.
Oh,
I think
Richard Sherman pleads guilty to 2 misdemeanor charges.
Someone told me that we talked about this earlier. The Texans, man, if they get fucking those 3 first-round picks alongside their other pick, bro, they're going to be really good.
Yeah. I think so.
I think they should. I really think I think really to pair with Davis Mills, they should get Chris Olave. Weapon.
Oh man, Von Miller been sending out tweets.
Yeah, he's going. I think he might go back to Denver.
Yeah. Von Miller been hitting potential reunion with the Broncos in free agency. No hard feelings, boys. I'm coming back home. That's what he said.
Ow. My thumb, bro. What the fuck?
The Colts plays. Colts. You got me thinking about the Colts. See what you did. The Chiefs placed franchise tag on Orlando Brown.
Olave is a flat-out stud, but the third best receiver on his team last year. OSU was unbelievable. That offense started out so slow, but we'll see what happens. I don't really think he was that bad. I think he was, we'll see what he does. He'll be a wide receiver 1 in the NFL for years to come.
Let me go back to this. I want to talk to you about this, but let me find it first because I went past it and I shouldn't have went past it. Here we go. NFL free agency. Players that could be overpriced or underpriced. Let's see who they talking about. Stephon Gilmore.
He was great, but not as good as Smith. And I know.
Wait a minute. This ain't set. Oh, he's one of the players that's overpriced.
Bombshell. Bobby Wagner's been released.
Wow. Where you see that on?
Adam Schefter just posted it.
Oh.
Damn. Yo, bro. Dad's.
Yeah, the Bucs is going to release Ryan Jensen. They say Ryan Jensen is overpriced, but the Bucs going to release him. That's another possible. He might come back to the Ravens.
Browns are a good fit for Wagner.
Cordell Patterson is another overpriced player, they say.
It's crazy. We need an inside linebacker.
Yo, insider, you actually called
bro,
it
the
out.
Raiders are fucked. Man, if you get Bobby Wagner, bro, GG's. What's on
Browns are a good fit for Wagner. I don't know about that, buddy. Jeez.
They say your boy Akeem Hicks is on that list for overpriced players.
Akeem Hicks? Overpriced?
Yeah. He's on that list for overpriced. I don't know. I got to look that up. Mitchell Trubisky is on the list for overpriced. Now, let's look at underpriced. Emmanuel Agba. Am I saying his name right?
What's on?
Emmanuel Agba.
Yeah, Emmanuel Agba.
I said his name right?
Yeah, that's his name.
Okay. He's underpriced. DJ Jones is underpriced. Russell Gage is underpriced. Justin Reed is underpriced, they say. Marquise Valdez Scantling, wide receiver. Now, I heard about him, but he's a beast. Melvin Ingram. Yes. Yeah, it's in the oven already. Rashad Penny. Come on now, really? Juju Smith-Schuster is underpriced. And then DJ
Juju.
Reed. Yeah, they got Juju Smith on the list as
Nah, but
underpriced.
I'll be honest. Like Bobby Wagner, bro, he's gonna be he's gonna be very sought out, guys. He will. That was a bombshell with me because I just didn't expect that. Like when I saw that, I'm like, bro, what? They released him?
Let me get back to the top and go to the teams so I can look that up under the Raiders. The Raiders news.
Seahawks going down fast, man.
Arizona
Let me
Cardinals.
just put on let me find him. Hope you die in a fucking hole. Adam Schefter. Damn. Russell Wilson has now officially passed his Broncos physical.
Knew he was.
Uh-oh. Did you hear about that? Deion Sanders just had two of his toes amputated.
Oh, I saw him earlier on live, but I ain't watching because I was in the doctor's office at the time. No.
Okay, so this is what the Panthers are asking for. They're asking for at least one first-round pick and at least one player that isn't a big salary.
Okay, when you say one player what doesn't have a big salary, do they realize what they can get? I'm gonna give you anybody. It ain't worth it.
Did you see what they wanted for C-Mac from the Bills?
Mm-mm.
So the Bills offered up Cole Beasley in a 3rd and 5th. Get this. They said they wanted at least the first-round pick. They wanted their first, not their 3rd. Did you see Mike Williams' deal?
Nah.
He got
Power.
3 years, $60 million guaranteed.
Did we talk about the rookie grades on one of our other? We did talk about that.
I think we did. You can name it off now, I guess.
Yeah. And we talked about the quarterbacks index. Power rankings. We did that. What the hell? Why you bring the damn tablet down here and go upstairs? I don't want to hear that shit.
That nigga Russell Wilson was doing all that with a subpar O-line, bro. He's coming to a team that's one of the best.
Screw McCaffrey, not trading for a running back who's going to miss half the season due to an injury.
Wagner going to.
And Bobby Wagner might come to Denver too, especially his boy Russ down there. We need an inside linebacker.
Damn. Jimmy Garoppolo got the surgery done on the shoulder.
Bobby, I knew it was coming.
I thought he was going to be traded.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get traded too.
We still got money from the rush trade. We still got like it's gonna be around 30 minutes.
I mean, we good with linebackers. So we good with linebackers. We good. We might get Watson, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't see y'all getting no Deshaun Watson, bro.
You playing?
What's up?
You playing?
Nah, I'm just listening to this Seahawks reaction to this. They really just lost their 2 best players. Give me 1 second.
Good Lord. I ain't know Kittle signed the new contract.
Take an offensive lineman.
Miguel, what's good? Darren, what you looking at right now?
I was in NFL Network. I'm ready to get out of it.
I'm y'all, I would build that O-line right now so they never ever draft next year. I really feel bad. And then go sign probably like Mitchell Trubisky.
Is DK Metcalf gone next? I don't know, man. Seattle's in full rebuild mode.
Yeah, they are.
That's one of the young niggas. He said to the Broncos, I'm good, bro. Y'all can keep that nigga. You don't like DK? No, that nigga is old. That I've not liked him even when he was coming out the draft out of Ole Miss. He was not that good to him, bro. DK, the Bills would be nasty. I think that man can't run for shit.
Raiders. I'll be honest, I think J.C. Jackson might go to the Raiders, man. It's been linked. It's been linked, bro. It's been linked.
Really?
Brandon, you know it's been linked.
Ain't nobody scared of no fucking J.C. Jackson, nigga. Nobody's scared of the Raiders, nigga.
You still talking? Still talking out of your ass. Man,
Nobody is scared of your sorry ass Raiders, G.
we not finishing last in our division. We still nah.
I know for damn sure we ain't finishing last.
She'll be the sorry ass Chargers. Them sorry ass Chargers, man. They ain't doing shit this year.
You carry for real haters, don't you?
So Marcus, y'all go beat the Chiefs. Y'all go split.
Hey, Darian.
What up?
We probably gonna end. I'm probably gonna end the live here. We'll discuss what we'll do next Saturday for everyone that's here. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'll see you. I'll talk to you later, man.
All right. Later.